Is this the top of the crypto market? Serious question. Is this the top? What are my thoughts? You guys know I keep it real with you guys. I tell you exactly what I think, and I share all in Cryptopolis, my free Telegram. You guys can join in the pinned comment. But is this the top, guys, of the crypto market? You know, one thing I would say is if I were to come out here and tell you this is the top, going against the norm, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will hate on that, right? There will 99% chance that 99% of the people will say I'm wrong, and that on this being the top, right? And I could go back in time and be the same way when we were at 65K back in 2021 or 60, 67, whatever, and most of them will tell me the same exact thing. Now, we're getting a lot of signs that it shows that we're near the top of the market, or maybe at the top. We have Alex Becker making a new coin. Last time this happened, we saw a bunch of people making coins, and a lot of them rug pulling. We have Coinbase starting to be one of the most popular apps out there, along with Robinhood, on the crypto side of Robinhood, right? Climbing in the charts and most used apps. So we have a bunch of searches, volume searches on Google Trends, starting to go up for Bitcoin, crypto, Dogecoin. Of course, last time I checked, I don't think they're at the peak of where they were back in 2021, but we're starting to see all these signs pick up, right? We're starting to see retail starting to get interested in cryptocurrency. And I think what a lot of people have is PTSD from last bull market, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people have PTSD from last bull market, where they saw signs like this and they had this euphoria. They thought it was going to keep going up, and then boom, right? We came tumbling down into the bear market. So they kind of have this connection with last cycle, which a lot of new beginners coming in now don't really know what happened last cycle with all these signals flashing, right? But what I can say right now, guys, is even though we have all these signs, I'm a chart guy. I'm a technical analysis guy, so I look at the charts. I really do think it matters. There's people out there that say it doesn't really matter, or it doesn't make any sense, and I can make an in-depth video showing you how technical analysis is not random, that it does matter, that there are patterns if you really take the time to look through it. Okay. And I'm really deep in the charts, and from what I've seen, I don't believe that this is the top, but it has everything to be a local top. And when people say local top, people in technical analysis say local top, what it means is basically a small top within the bull market, right? But it's not the top. It's a small top where we pull back maybe 10%, 20%, maybe even 30%. I don't know. But then we recover slowly in a couple of weeks, months, whatever it takes. And then we break that local top, going up much higher, possibly creating the main top, right? The peak of the market. And we kind of had this last bull market, right? We kind of had this a bunch of small dips, and we had a big dip, right? After the first big dip, where we topped out in the spring of 2021, we later came back after the summer, where Bitcoin went down to 30K, and then we came and we broke to around 67, whatever. We broke 65K, but it was basically a double top. So I'm not saying that we're going back to 30K. I do think that this has everything to be a local top with all the signs showing it, on the charts. The stochastic RSI, which is very important to look out on the monthly, we're still near, we're still going up to overbought territory. So we're not at overbought yet. I believe the top will be in once we're on the monthly for Bitcoin. We're at overbought territory on the monthly. Now on the weekly, we are in overbought. Last time I checked it, we are overbought on Bitcoin on the weekly. So that's what I'm saying. We might have a small pullback, but even with all that in mind, guys, we are obviously in the bull market. So the pullbacks might not be what people are usually used to from the bear market, where the pullbacks are like 80%, 30%, 50%, whatever. The pullbacks are probably going to be a lot faster, right? Because people know that we're in the bull market. We're getting all this momentum, this bullish momentum, new administration coming in, interest rates going down. So we have all this bullish momentum. Clearly, we're in a bull market. So even if this is a local top, if we go down 10%, 20%, you know, it might not last too long. It might be bought up very, very quick. And later on, maybe in January of next year, break this local top, right? So like a great example I could give you is we top out right now, right, 93K for the rest of the year, slowly go down to lower 80Ks, maybe even higher 70K Bitcoin in December, right, towards December. And then later, because there's a big you know, in December, late December, there's a lot, the market usually goes down a little bit because tax reasons and all that. So, and then later on in January, February, it starts to pick back up, and then possibly in the spring we break 100K or something, right? That's a scenario where I could see happening here for the crypto market. That's very realistic, especially when you hear everyone, there's so many people saying, you know, that we're breaking 100K by the end of November or December, right? I even saw Michael Saylor saying that he thinks we're breaking 100K Bitcoin by the end of November, and all these things. When you hear everyone saying the same thing, most likely we'll do the opposite and have a short pullback. Then we'll see a bunch of people come out and be like, hey, that was the top, that was the top. And then we recover, right? Because the dips in the bull market are fast and they bought up really nicely. And then we break 100K later in 2025, right? So this is a scenario, very realistic, that I could see happening. That's why I took some profits on Dogecoin. But don't get me wrong, I'm still fully in the market. My portfolio is still heavy crypto, okay? Because even if we do have a correction, I don't want to risk that, especially with all this bullish momentum, right? That's the one thing too, guys. If you're not a trader, if you're not a natural trader, if you're not spending a lot of time looking at the charts, maybe you have a hard full-time job, a lot of overtime, and you're just watching, listening to videos like mine, you don't want to be a trader, because you can sell thinking you're making the right move, pull back 5, 20, 10%, and you're like, yes, right there, I made the right move. Not go back into the market, and then the market explodes. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that go through this situation where they try to trade and outsmart the market, but it can take off just like that in the bull market and just leave you. Okay, so don't try to be a trader if you're not a natural trader. Of course, you can take profits, ladder out profits, 10%, 20%. So either way, guys, I don't believe that this is the top of the market, but you know, my gut feeling tells me that there is a big chance it is a local top. We might pull back a little bit for Bitcoin. I don't know. I could be wrong again, right? We might next coming week for Bitcoin, we might have a spike up to 99K or something. So, you know, the crypto market, what you got to understand right now, the bull market, the dips are bought fast. The dips are for buying in the bull market, but after the first major dip, the second dip, usually we don't recover. We go to the bear market. That's what we learned last bull market. And obviously it's not gonna do the same thing, but we know the history doesn't always repeat itself, but it does rhyme, right? It's kind of similar. And it's so similar that just a couple days ago, I put out a video saying, what would Bitcoin do if we follow the same scenario as 2021 bull market? And we're doing the same exact thing. So shout out to everyone who saw that video. You can check it out on my YouTube. But what I said in that video is, if Bitcoin were to do the same thing as 2021 bull market, we'll slowly go up, peak in the spring of 2025, then we'll come down decently, the first major dip in the bull market, going into the summer, and then slowly recover going into the fall, October, and peak in October and November of 2025. And maybe a double top like 2021, or maybe a decent higher high or something, right? Blow off top. I don't know. So far we're following that. Let's see if it continues, and I'll keep you guys updated. Join Cryptopolis for free. The Telegram is in the pinned comment. Love you guys so much. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.